Hello everyone! I'm pretty excited for this video because it is the first one of my viewer request series where I build or demonstrate something one of my viewers has requested. You see where I got the name from? I want this channel to be very interactive with me and you guys, so I'm really looking forward to this series. It should be fun. Alright, so I'm building a marketplace like Diamond Cities, and the person who requested this was Corin C, who says, "Love these videos." Aw. Could you show a build of a marketplace like Diamond Cities? So yes, I can do that, and thank you for the suggestion. Oh, if you don't like it, I'm terribly sorry for letting you down there. I didn't really consider people not liking what I build on their behalf, but I will cross that bridge when I get there. Okay, so I'm at Sunshine Tidings, which seems to be one of the better places to do this build, and you'll notice that I have the foundations already set from where I kind of tested this build out. I leave those there to make this video a little bit quicker. You guys don't really need to see me go back and forth trying to find the perfect spot for these. It's really personal preference. Here I'm building booths for my vendors. Before this build, I went to Diamond City just to take in how Bethesda laid everything out. Obviously I can't build an exact replica or even come close, but this will have the same feel as their marketplace. Now if you'll notice at Diamond City, none of the structures are particularly straight in a line. They are all slightly askew, and more importantly, they overlap each other. And that's what I'm going off of here. You'll see that these two booths overlap, and I'm using different materials and combinations to give them character. Like, those two concepts are probably the most important to keep in mind if you are trying to make your settlements look more realistic. You want different angles, don't keep everything straight and perfectly aligned, especially if you are building multiple structures, and always use different materials like floors, walls, roofs. You don't want them to look repetitive, so those different textures really help out. Alright, so that section is good. I come back to it in a little bit. I know that I went through it pretty quickly and was rambling through most of it, but I do something similar with each section. So here I already have the foundation laid out for me, just so I know where I originally put the boxcar. This next section or two I use boxcars, again, just to change it up and make it look more realistic. So this part's pretty simple. I'm going to let you guys watch it, and then I'll be back in a second. So yeah, I had the roof too low and couldn't walk through the doorway, but I fixed it by raising the lower foundation up a bit, which also raised up the warehouse wall connected to it. So it looks cool. I have a nice living area for the shop owner in the back, and this small end part of the boxcar holds the shop perfectly. So I'm placing this down here and adding a ladder, basically making a very small kiosk type store while herding off annoying Brahmin that get in my way. Alright, that looks pretty cool. Over here I'm just going to add in another boxcar, and oh, for some parts of this build I am using a mod called Workshop Rearranged. It's a really good all-in-one mod that gives you a ton of stuff to build and decorate with. I'm mainly using it for the posts that it gives you, but so you won't see a ton of mods in this build. I try to keep it that way. I don't like overusing mods in my builds because I know about half of you don't use them. So if I am using a mod in certain areas, there are, look at this guy. Oh, just having a sit, are you? Are you cozy? Oh, no, don't get up. I'm not doing anything important. I'm not trying to build around you. Oh, look, he sat back down like, what? He said everything was cool. I'm just being me. Okay, right, so if I'm using a mod in certain areas, there are vanilla pieces that you can use to supplement it. Guys, look at this guy, just in the way, just so much in the way. Anyway, I left this part in because I wanted to show you guys the struggle. I had a few people comment asking, how does this stuff just work for you? It doesn't, okay? It takes some time and I cut a lot of it out. So all I'm trying to do is get the scaffolding to snap to each other and then put the floor on top. All I'm trying to do, but you see it hasn't snapped, the scaffolding's crooked right there and the floor is just not going. So I'm starting to get pissed. I scrapped that one, not working, scrap that, okay, getting somewhere, and there we go. Now the floor piece, perfect. Now I just need this last one to go in there and it just will, oh, are you leaving? Huh? So soon, are you? So one thing with Workshop Rearranged, it messes with your snapping pattern. It makes some things easier and some things harder. You see how this piece is overlapping one that is already there, which it's not supposed to do. And I've had a few people mention how they were having trouble getting the floor to snap together as a ceiling like I did in one of my other videos. And I think this mod has something to do with it. So I'll make sure that I'll be mindful of that when I do vanilla builds. I usually keep Workshop Rearranged on and not use the modded pieces because I like the way that it rearranges my workshop. It makes a lot of things easier to get to. Alright, so I finally got that working and it looks great, adding the boxcar back in, and then I realized I wanted a raider tent over the scaffolding pieces. And to do that, you have to put the raider tent down first. So yeah, I had to scrap everything, place the tent, and then redo the whole thing. So I just cut the video and I will show you over here. This one I don't have to remove the platform because it's not as big. So just pick out the tent and then you can just place it down. You want to get it really close to the booth, make it look like it's a part of it. And there we go, looks really good. I'm just going to adjust it a little bit. Alright, looks good. And this side looks good. Alright, so this one is going to be very similar to the first two that I did. Only this time I'm going to use the large metal walls to make it look a little different from the first part. Alright, this part I just wanted to point out what I was talking about earlier. So certain things snap a little better with the Workshop Rearranged mod, like this end piece here. You see how it just snapped. So I can snap them on, but if you don't have this mod, you can still get these to work. Either use the rug glitch, or depending on the angle, they will go in without it. I just use this because it's faster and easier, but can still be accomplished without it. I love using these cinder block stairs. They really fit into the lore of the game, you know? And they are from, the Workshop Rearranged mod. I know I'll have people asking, so basically any mod item you see in this video, I've gotten it from Workshop Rearranged. And I'm using the pillar glitch here just to get the stairs closer to the booth. You're going to see me use the pillar glitch a lot, especially towards the end of the video. It's really your best friend when it comes to placing items where they don't want to go. Now, I know I just said all of my mods are from Workshop Rearranged, but of course the very next thing that I build is from a different mod. So, other than this capsule that I got from the Snap and Build mod, everything else is from the other one. Unless there was something else that I forgot, but I'll let you know. Anyway, I just love these capsules. They look awesome and, well, that's pretty much it. They just look cool and I like building with them, but right here I want to show you guys something. Notice how the capsule won't snap to the other one as it's supposed to, like a pain in the ass. I can't remember who it was, but someone mentioned that they were trying to recreate my Wanderer's house, but couldn't get the stairs to snap to the upper floor as they were supposed to. So what I'm doing here can apply to that too. So obviously this is not going to snap because I'm using the pillar glitch, but watch, after I place it down and select it, see, it snaps. All I did was use the pillar glitch to get this capsule a little bit lower and closer to where I want it to go. The same thing can apply to the stairs. If you get them close to where you want them to snap to with either the pillar glitch or even just placing them down, if it's close enough, reselecting them should help them snap. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll demonstrate the stairs in my next video. So I'm just going to finish up this part and then build a living area behind the other boxcar. I'm not going to speed up the video anymore, but I am going to shut up and let you guys watch. So right here, I just want to point out that this smaller roof piece right here, this one, is a mod, but if you aren't building with mods, you can replace that with any smaller floor piece, like wood, concrete, barn, warehouse, scaffolding, a bunch of different options. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Alright, moving on. I left these posts here so I didn't have to figure out where I wanted them to go. Again, it's totally personal preference, so if you're trying to replicate this, it doesn't really matter. I'm just a little picky at times. So if you aren't using mods, you can use the posts from the barn or warehouse tab. I know some of you think those are mods, but they are not, okay? They come with the DLCs. Anyway, if you are having a hard time getting the roofs to snap to the posts, like I'm doing here, all you have to do is remove the posts, place down some foundation, snap a barn or warehouse wall because they're a little bit taller, then put the roofs up. Then you can remove the walls and place down the posts. So it's a little bit backwards from what I'm doing here. The whole purpose of what we just built is to provide a cover over this bus. So it's going to look pretty cool. I want the bus to sink into the ground a little bit, so I'm going to use a pillar glitch to make that happen. And after I get the bus where I want it, I'm going to place up some walls around it. Now I'm going to use the pillar glitch for the walls, and the reason why is because I don't want them to look perfectly snapped together. I wanted them to be a little misshapen, but you guys can build it however you want. And there we go. You see I used different size roofs over that? That's on purpose. I just wanted to give it some character. Now I'm going to pillar glitch another capsule in. If you guys don't have the capsule, you can use boxcars for this. So while I'm filling in a little more of the inside, I've had a few people ask me if I can slow down my videos. I'm testing it out on this one, like where I'm keeping it the same speed throughout the whole thing. In my other videos, I would only speed up the parts that I thought were pretty simple, just to save time. I try to keep my videos under 30 minutes and ideally around 15 to 20. Also, I like having everything done in one video, but with builds like this, I can't really do that and keep the video shorter. So I'll have decorations and everything complete for this build in my next one. So let me know if you guys prefer this way. Do you like the video a little slower and having a separate one for decorating and completing everything? I kind of did that before. I would build the structures and have a tour of what I built, and then post a completed, fully decorated tour the next week. So just let me know what you guys think. Alright, right here I'm going to add in a really cool fishing boat cabin. I got this from, take a guess, the Workshop Rearranged mod. It looks really cool and adds a lot to the aesthetic that I'm going for here. So to supplement this in a vanilla build, you can just build a smaller wood shack. I know that doesn't sound as cool, but it would look good, especially since it would be next to the metal shack that I just built. It would be a nice little contrast. So I'm just using the pillar to get this where I want it. Cool. Alright, this next part I'm putting up a fence, which I hate doing. This is the mod that I'm using, Workshop Rearranged. You can use the wire fence for vanilla builds. This one's pretty cool because it gives you different angles like that. It makes things much easier. But notice that I'm using the pillar a good bit because snapping this stuff can be a real pain. I'm not going to make you guys watch me build this whole thing. Really, you see what I'm doing. I just place down a fence and then use the pillar to line it up. Most of this is just me going back and forth trying to make sure that everything is perfectly straight. But there we go, I just add in a fence on both sides, pretty simple, just tedious. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't really build fences around my settlements. They can look cool, but they just take a lot of time and resources, and by the time I'm done, the size limit has already gone over. So I just don't do it and amp up my defenses. Nearly done here. I'm just putting on the finishing touches. Next video will be of decorating everything. I'm on the fence about adding more to this because I totally can and make the settlement huge, but I don't want it to be really laggy. I know I'm going to use this place a lot, and if I build more, then I'll have to glitch the size limit more, and it's just going to kill the frame rate. So I'll see what I can do to fill up the outer part a little bit more. So what I'm doing here really makes the settlement for me. If you notice at Diamond City, they have a lot of floors sunk into the ground, so for high traffic areas like this, I'm doing the same thing. These scaffolding ramps sink into the ground effortlessly, and I love building with them. I'm not trying to keep them perfectly straight, I want it to look really worn and used a lot. So I'm just going to fit these in and then snap scaffolding floors to them. Just keep it moving, dude. Look at this guy. Just blatantly in the way. I blame you for this not working. I'm just going to use the pillar, and once I get this around Billy Bob's son of a bitch over here, I do the exact same thing on the other side. I just love these ramps here. I think they really put off that marketplace kind of vibe. But that's pretty much it for me. I really appreciate you guys stopping by again. Let's all thank Court and C for the idea. And if you guys like this, I'm going to be doing this a lot. So if you want to suggest something, you can leave it in the comments because I read every single one. But probably the best way to make sure that it doesn't get lost in the sea of comments, you can message me or tweet me on Twitter at CordlessVII. I'm going to be using that a good bit more for my channel. So if you guys want to follow me on there, I'm going to start doing sneak peeks of future builds and all that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. It's not done, so don't judge too much. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to start bringing you guys even more content. Thanks again, and take care.